hard times, we never choke. Y'all want the smoke, well come get it, it ain't a joke. Stay on the low, don't say much, but never know when rebel lies get crossed up and cut your throat. We stay deep on these back roads where liquor flows, where chicken shit is called out and used to grow. Respect is earned and motherfuckers, they better show the last thing they hear is bullet holes deep in a hole. Lift your rebel flag way up. We never run the country way it raised us. They bait us with gun laws that's made up and play us and make us look like we racist. So put your middle finger up and let it fly high. Let them hate because they never gonna touch the sky. Just a redneck simple man country as it gets. If you don't like me, I don't give a shit. Draw a line in the sand, we can throw these hands. We don't give a damn where they land. This and right here for the good old boys like me. That's right. Come on. Draw a line in the sand, I'm a simple man. I know how to get it and live off the land. This and right here for the good old boys like me. That's right. Yeah. I'm a real redneck, I'm like a 5-star general. Little fish, I throw you back, you pitiful. Your beard looks miserable, nothing about you commendable. I know some country boys can make your ass invisible. Y'all done fucked up and let me in this bitch. I'm just a honky ass cracker, and yeah, I'm getting rich. Most you little bitches ain't in my lane. Y'all trying to prove y'all tough, but never say no name. Bitch, say my name, we can wallow in the mud. A cat at your tongue, fish heads in the tub. And I'm still right here, still scratching the game. I done seen it in your eyes, look straight through the shame. You ain't proud of your name, you know I'm good with my aim. Don't let a real country boy put a cross on your grave. Y'all piss me off, I throw these hands, I don't care where they land. I drew a line in the sand, bitch, I'm a simple man. Draw a line in the sand, we can throw these hands. We don't give a damn where they land. This and right here for the good old boys like me. That's right. Come on. Draw a line in the sand, I'm a simple man. I know how to get it and live off the land. This and right here for the good old boys like me. If y'all ever want it, y'all know where to come get it. Little bitches.
Hey, peace and love, everybody. I'm doing a test run. Just a test run.
Before you renew Amazon Prime, watch this. Look, I love Amazon Prime. Free 2-day shipping is great. And
just an old country boy, wear my hat to the back.
Mama raised a cowboy, country as they come. Daddy racing how long? See the whiskey in my blood. Granny was a rebel, she was known to turn a gun. And Grandpa, here's a story where it all begun. Now law's in my blood, country in my soul. Pine trees in my eyes, it's the place where I call home. Bury me by my king, so the story again when they say my name, when they talk about where they outlaws do.
Outlaw in the veins, my mama, she raised good when I'm a smooth criminal from the south. Don't overlook them, I was raised on them truck trails. Truck been filled with gun shells, did blood on the tailgate. Didn't get caught, so who cares? Blame it all on my roots, that I showed up in boots with this old ragged guitar, a bunch of badass tunes, square bodies, firearms and pit bulls, dirt road, bonfires and tattoos. We keep it real, we don't take no shit. Yeah, the outlaws in the blood will go and pick me a switch. So when I die, bury me next to my kin, so we can talk about the good times when good times end. I'm more than dust in the wind, I'm the song of the South, where all that big boy shit will get you punched in the mouth. I live life with no questions, I'm living to learn lessons. Got country inside my soul and a soul that's full of blessings.
Now law's in my blood, country in my soul. Pine trees in my eyes, it's a place where I call home. Bury me by my kin, so they tell the story again when they say my name, when they talk about where the outlaws we do.
Recently, Ortur reached out to me and asked me if I wanted to test out the Laser Master 3. Now, instead of doing the typical unboxing, getting started, assembly style video, they wanted to know if I was open to showing you guys how I use the machine to tackle a few different projects. And it turns out that I've got a lot of different ideas rolling around in my head and different projects to take on. So I thought this would be a great excuse to get some of those things off my to-do list. And I've got 3on some car interior fabric. And this logo was sent to me by a friend, and the goal of this project here was to reproduce this logo on some similar fabric for restoration of his car seats. In order to process this on the laser, I needed to bring the picture into Photoshop so that I could trace it out and create a vectorized form of the logo so that I could properly scale it. And since the original photo lacked quite a bit of contrast, I had to do all of the tracing manually. It didn't take too long, but in the end, I was able to come up with a very clean logo to work with. And in order to get the vector files, I did have to import this eventually into Adobe Illustrator, but you could also use Inkscape, which is free. Now with the Laser Master 3, you can run it off of a few different software packages, one of them being Laser GRBL, and that is my go-to, but you can also run it off of Lightburn, as well as the Laser Explorer app, which you can download on iOS and Android. And with the app, you can actually just import an image and create your engraving or cutting patterns right on the app and send it right to the machine. In all of the examples that I'm using in this video, I have used Laser GRBL. It's free and very easy to learn. You'll be up and running in a few minutes. What you're watching now is the engraving process of that logo on some sample cloth that I received. Now this cloth is 100% polyester cloth. I received the material from a trusted source, and I do believe that it is 100% polyester, because we should consider laser safety here for a minute. Some cloth, as well as some fake leather, contain PVC, and this is not something that you want to process on your laser cutter or engraver. Vaporizing PVC can result in some really nasty gases that you definitely don't want to breathe in. So be sure whatever material you're processing, you know what it's made of and you know what's in it. When researching the safety of lasering polyester, I did find online that some synthetic fibers and cloths do have a PVC coating or backing on them. So just again, be very careful. I would hate to see any of you guys get hurt when processing the wrong material. So now let's talk about settings for this job. Now this 100% polyester material seemed pretty delicate and thin, and I didn't want to burn through it. It has a velour-like feel to it, and it's almost like the top layer is a really short shag carpet. I figured I'd play it safe and only go with 20% power, and I went with 7,500 millimeters per minute. This was the filling speed in Laser GRBL with a border speed of 5,000 millimeters per minute. Now normally what I would do for most of these kinds of logos, I would go with line-to-line tracing, and the laser head would go faster. When I had it on vectorize, it never really seemed to get up to the 7,500 millimeters per minute. Perhaps I should have just went with the line-to-line tracing. So this job took about 25 minutes to complete, but again, I was being very conservative with the settings, and this was a one-off job, so I didn't really try and optimize the time. Of course, if I were to have to run off 100 of these things, I would be looking for time savings by increasing the speed and increasing the power. The LaserMaster 3 can support speeds up to 20,000 millimeters per minute, which is blazing fast. But to achieve those speeds, again, this is going to depend on the pattern that you're trying to cut and the room that the machine has to accelerate in advance. And I came up with this novelty item, which I like to call Coffee Pod Roulette. You can fit up to 10 Nespresso Virtual Pods in it, and you give it a spin, and the one that you land on is the one that you'll be drinking. Variables like variations in the material thickness, the accuracy of the motion system of the machine, and things like offsets applied by the toolpath generating software, etc. That being said, kerf is only a 4-letter word, and it fit a lot better when engraving it on the part, so I just left it at that. The 10-watt laser module had no problem getting through the 3mm birch ply. Now on the Ortur website, it does say that it will cut through 3mm basswood in one pass at 500 millimeters per minute at the full power
I've been on a big laser kick lately, and I recently was sent the new Ortur LaserMaster 3 to check out. One of the first things I noticed was the sleek design of the machine. This machine isn't made from off-the-shelf aluminum extrusions, but had aesthetics in mind. The fit and finish is amazing. I assembled the machine, which didn't take very long, then got started on making a graduated spoil board to use for alignment and reference, as well as to protect my desk. The flip-down focusing foot and thumb screw lock are great features which make setup for different materials super fast and easy. I'm running this machine using Lightburn, a paid software, but it also runs on Laser Gerbil, which is a free software. The OLM3 boasts a 10-watt module with a 0.05 by 0.1 millimeter laser spot and a decent depth of field with a focal length of 50 millimeters and an engraving speed travel of up to 20,000 millimeters per minute. I will say the laser dot size is noticeably more crisp during engraving. With the specs out of the way, let's hone in on how it works. I like to make these metric graduation boards for measuring odd-shaped materials quickly. Next, I wanted to engrave something I'd never worked with before, a rock. I found the rock outside. That's where the rock lived. I brought the rock inside, but I needed something.
That's where the rock lived, outside.
The rock, I thought. Then it came to me. The OLM3 did an excellent job carving Dwayne, the rock. And I thought to myself, actually, the celebrity, The Rock, has a place not too far from me. Maybe I should package it up and try to get The Rock to The Rock. I recently saw an awesome craftsman person-make object on Instagram designing some pillow boxes out of chipboard, so I thought I'd give that a go. The OLM3 did a great job at engraving my logo, as well as cutting the chipboard outline and making perforated fold lines.
Not bad.
The test I felt obligatory was the plywood cut in one pass test. I got out the calipers and measured a piece of Luan at 4.5 millimeters and drew out a square, a circle, and a hexagon to cut. Even though I had the piece lifted off the spoil board, I was surprised at the minimal charring of the cuts. Confident the laser could cut wood, I made something a little more practical. Some garden stakes out of white oak for my daughter to know which seeds she planted in her window planter. Another little girl needed a laser project, so I thought I'd test out coated aluminum. I got these blank tags off of Amazon, and the OLM3 engraved this tag perfectly.
So it does it on all surfaces.
I threw together this old CPU fan and a block of wood to act as a solder fume extractor years ago, but I found it works great as a poor man's air assist. Except in this case. The cord that runs alongside the left of the machine gets obnoxiously in the way as the head travels along the Y-axis. Not everyone will keep a CPU fan next to their laser, but I can see a cup of tea, maybe some detailed drawings, a cup of pens, a bagel with cream cheese, or anything really. Also positioned at the front left of the machine are the COM ports for connecting USB and power. I'm curious why I haven't seen more lasers putting these functions near the rear of the machines to make cable management easier. The micro SD or TF slot is located along the backside of the front rail. It's great that it's hidden to keep the sleek design clean, except for the quarters and Wi-Fi antenna just to the left, but it's really frustrating placement and you almost need needle-nose pliers to put in or take out the card, though I don't see myself swapping the card very often. Next up is a feature I'm excited about, even though I'm measuring the decibels here just to show you the actual volume of this feature. A built-in fan within the laser module. It sounds simple, but it's pretty ingenious. Whether the fan is there to keep the module cool during operation or if this was its intended purpose, it's an awesome addition as it adds almost a pseudo air assist without actually running an air pump. It does a great job of keeping the engraving area clear of soot and char, giving you a really clean engraving. Just note, anything delicate you want to engrave, you might want to keep secured to your spoil board with some tape or something. The LaserMaster 3 can be controlled via an app called Laser Explorer. The app seems pretty well equipped, though I don't see myself using the laser in this way since I like to control things from my desktop PC. The interface to support a rotary roller is nice, though I think you need to put the machine up on spacer blocks to have enough clearance to engrave anything cylindrical, though I haven't tested the Ortur rotary, so I can't speak from experience. One awesome feature is the integrated air assist hose port in the laser module itself. No more modifications to add a hose to the shield like I've seen on other models. Instead, it has one of those grippy adapters you push down, you put the hose in, and it has little teeth that grab onto the hosing. Of course, the LaserMaster 3 has many safety features, flame detection, tilt protection, and this keyed on-off switch to keep the young ones from lasering the walls when you're not looking, as well as this OSH button found on many of my larger woodworking machines. One drawback to this aesthetically pleasing design is there is no pass-through clearance for working with materials longer than the 400mm by 400mm work area. With all of this said, I really like this laser, and it should definitely be considered a contender for anyone looking at a laser in this price range and size. Alright guys, so that is the Ortur LaserMaster 3. This iteration of the LaserMaster from the Ortur is really sleek in design. It looks really good on a desk. There are some features I like, and there's some features I don't like on it. The high travel speeds at 20,000 millimeters per second is impressive, though at those high speeds I did have where the machine would kind of stall in the middle of a cut and it would get kind of choppy, which I think that they've updated the firmware and fixed that issue. Not that I'm running something at 20,000 millimeters per minute usually anyway, but that's just something to keep something to account for, something to keep in mind. Some things I really like are the fan built into the laser module that acts almost as its own air assist, as well as having a port built into the laser module if you wanted to add that hose with an air pump to have air assist. That is really sleek and just pretty awesome. One caveat with that is with this fan, it makes this a noisy laser. A lot louder than my other lasers, but not a big issue. It's just took me by surprise, something to get used to. The focusing step here and the lock mechanism are perfect. They're great. I wouldn't change a thing on those. Makes it really easy, convenient. It locks steady. It's not going anywhere. I wish that this had some more.
Yeah, I thought that was I got that machine coming on the way. It should be here the 11th. I'm pretty stoked about it. You can do a lot of cool stuff like that. Yeah, we just got the internet installed today. Heck yeah, I love the Moonshine Bandits. Shoot. Hell to the yes, I like the Moonshine Bandits. Let's see how I'm really learning how to do this. Let's see. Oh, yes.
I've been getting paid $1,000 a month, if not more.
Oh, yes.
yeah, she's red, white, and blues.
Got the whole boat bouncing like a trampoline. Light up the stacks like it's gasoline. Boom, boom like the 4th Uncle Sam and we. Lit like a fire on the sandy beach. Ain't no lightweight, does it the right way. Post Malone, I got another Bud Light race. Tapped on the back, getting high and sideways. The tan on the thigh still bright from light rays. Make them waves when the Spotify plays. In your black bikini, in your black 5 shades. Show the rest of the world how you love to get loose. All American girl, red, white, blues.
Straw hats, flip-flops, coolers and brews. Taillights, tattoos, yeah, she's red, white, and blues. Sunshine, good times, tied up pontoons. Taillights, tattoos, yeah, she's red, white, and blues.
Look a little much, she got a little drama. Knock the big booty up in super duty. We gon' take it to the lake for the day. Then later on the night, we all gon' get right. Fire up the green, call up the team. Might see some things you ain't never seen. Like 3 girls playing twisted naked. Her first saying I can't take it. Dick screaming out shake it, shake it. Good Lord, I hope we all make it. Don't worry about us, we gon' be fine. Shout out to them girls with tattoos and tan lines.
Straw hats, flip-flops, coolers and brews. Taillights, tattoos, yeah, she's red, white, and blue. Sunshine, good times, tied up pontoons. Taillights, tattoos, yeah, she's red, white, and blue. Straw hats, flip-flops, coolers and brews. Taillights, tattoos, yeah, she's red, white, and blue. Sunshine, good times, tied up pontoons. Taillights, tattoos, yeah, she's red, white, and blue.
You don't think we're prepared? Bottle opener.
We do it all night.
Backyard, half charred rigs on a rack. Back road running, getting dirty on the track. Backwoods gunning, hitting birdies by the pack. Everywhere we go to the back. Backyard bar, serving jars full of batch. Back under the moon with the tailgate back. In the back of the saloon where the jukebox sat.
Backs are on the track and we tilting back. We up behind the XCD and drinking beer with the lax. We up in Nashville, you better tell the haters relax. So we can get a little wild, crack a bottle of Jack. But I ain't about that, I just wanna kick it with the women. Blow a little smoke and if they like it, then I'm with it. To the gang up in the statin' ain't they want it, come and get it. Cause we out here making friends, we still living independent.
Rock the declaration that we live by. This is celebration, let the flag fly. Bring your kids, even your mama and them. Hopefully rubbing the ribs, throwing the smoke, we swim, putting the river of friends at it again. Somebody give me the gym, Cali and Tennessee, getting it in. Drinking, eating, yell until we drunk and full as hell, man. So we'll be chillin' where the cows at. If that's a problem for you, we can take it out back.
We do it out back. Backyard, half charred rigs on a rack. Back road running, getting dirty on the track. Backwoods gunning, hitting birdies by the pack. Everywhere we go to the back. Backyard bar, serving jars full of batch. Back under the moon with the tailgate back. In the back of the saloon where the jukebox sat.
Bubba K's back, in here to be exact. Got a Betty with some back, acting bad as she can act. Then we throwing back a few, but I ain't really keeping track. Now her man's back, and I'll be easy back. Yes, sir, he can have her. I was briefly caught up in the rapture. Now I'm back in a sort of same mind frame. Funny thing, how it happened when the time came. I was in the back drinking with the bandits and the Charger boys, just like I planned it. Then she walked in, then she walked back out, then she walked back in. Look at that. that wow, I couldn't back down, so I stood tall, tried to play it cool, you think I could now, and just as we was headed back to the house, back walking in, yep, there comes a spouse.
We do it out back, backyard, half jar ribs on a rack, back road running, getting dirty on the track, backwoods gunning, hitting birdies by the pack, everywhere we go to the back, backyard bar, serving jars full of batch, back under the moon with the tailgate back, in the back of the saloon where the jukebox sat.
Out back where the force is thick, there's a circle in the middle of a field where a bonfire's lit. Cup full of shine, Copenhagen in my lip. Now I'm dipping sideways, probably wake up in a ditch. So crank that music into the night. Crack that beer and raise it high. Stack little blonde on a midnight ride. Take her back to the country for a real good time.
Everything we do it out back. Backyard, had our ribs on a rack. Back road running, getting dirty on the track. Backwoods gunning, hitting birdies by the pack. Everywhere we go to the back. Backyard bar, serving jars full of batch. Back under the moon with the tailgate back. In the back of the saloon where the jukebox sat.
Got me stepping in manure every time I spit shit. Feel like cash in the photo with the bird getting flipped. Came from the bottom, so they label me a catfish. Worldwide, better grab you an atlas. Bonfire lit like Willie, let's smoke. Rack full of ribs and a smoker full of oak. Blackberry brandy out back in the duck blind. Black lab running, got hunting in his bloodline. Came from a back, but I'm back in the lead. Back like a rack full of fat double D's. Back with a barrel on a rack, let me squeeze. Back on the trigger, hit her right between the knees. Back with the strap, I pull them real heavy. Ladies get dirty out back on the Chevy. Tie bar, beauty, geek, Bubba, call them Bettis. Pedal to the metal, baby girl, I'm
I
ready.
said text, and Bird called me back. He said we all country, and I said, yeah, that's a fact. When nice rebels on the run, time you better pack. We about to hit the road, rock shows, and make a stack. I folded up my clothes, loaded up my click-clack, grabbed a can of beer, commander, throwed it all in a sack. I caught a flight A-Town, landed out in Sac. The bus pulled up, he was big and he was black. That Detroit diesel was rolling like a Mac. Had a chrome around the bottom, it was shiny like a plaque. I climbed on up, sat down to relax, but I heard a lot of ruckus, he was coming from the back. Everything we do it out back. Out backyard, half jar ribs on a rack. Back road running, getting dirty on the track. Backwoods gunning, hitting birdies by the pack. Everywhere we go to the back. To the backyard bar, serving jars full of batch. Back under the moon with the tailgate back. In the back of the saloon where the jukebox sat. Talking about a bar, power hand dog, me and my honey. Run a game of shoes, lose money. I talk a little smack, grab a sip of that jack. Bunch of jack, the trucks all par around back. Get loose like you do it up in Cali. Shine so smooth like you cruising in the kid. We rolled us up a fatty, went around at the shed. I had to back up off it, it was buzzing our head.
Back in the Mac, I'm in the back with the last sack. Now how them hacking us at? See a party in the death with Bacardi on my breath. I'm thinking naughty to myself about to shout it on my left. Yeah, we still out back, it's the country outcast. Thinking you can have rap, yeah, bitch, it's out there. Meet us all out back, yeah, we'll whip the loud ass. We bring your country back quicker than
Everything we do it out back. Backyard, half jar ribs on a rack. Back road running, getting dirty on the track. Backwoods gunning, hitting birdies by the pack. Everywhere we go to the back. Backyard bar, serving jars full of batch. Back under the moon with the tailgate back. In the back of the saloon where the jukebox sat.
D-Thrash from the Georgia boys. Whip up a sparks in the moonshine band that's making noise. And you can find us out back, make shine. You want a taste test? Then get in line, yeah. We keep the grill fired up. And I keep a camouflage mud jug.
Out back, backyard, half jar ribs on a rack. Back road running, getting dirty on the track. Backwoods gunning, hitting birdies by the pack. Everywhere we go to the back. Backyard bar, serving jars full of batch. Back under the moon with the tailgate back. In the back of the
the saloon where the jukebox at.
Drama bull, here he is and he's bugging on the track. We ain't talking thick steaks, when we're talking Outback. Now we're talking clotheslines and some beat up cars. Yeah, we're talking tall pines and the knee-high yard. Yeah, we're talking all the things you can find out back. Grand Memphis old swing and a shotgun rack. Got the fire pit staying lit, a bottle of Jack. Brother K got drunk and made the whip go crack. Back tar and C-Hub started shooting it up. And the moonshine bandits never given a what. D-Thrash in the back with a truck off jack. Drama bull, we're all country when we kick it out back.
I'm all about the beer, yeah, I'm all about the whiskey. I'm all about making all these pretty girls get frisky. Don't hate a player, hate a game. Out back in this league and we all are the same. Chasing that dream, wanting that fame. All these new people wanna ride on a train. Ride it on out, take it on over. Out back's where I'll be when it's all over. Out back grilling it, out back chilling it. Out back working hard for the little bit. Always being me, yeah, the mud digger king. What a beautiful queen, my outback is my dream.
Everything we do it out back. Backyard, half-char ribs on a rack. Back road running, getting dirty on the track. Backwoods gunning, hitting birdies by the pack. Everywhere we go to the back. Backyard bar, serving jars full of batch. Back under the moon with the tailgate back. In the back of the saloon where the jukebox at.
Could have shut me down by now just because it's illegal to grow hemp in this county. But I think they know that we'll just challenge the law and get it changed then in the county. So they'd be in for a fight. They produce.
Now to California, which was the first US state to legalize marijuana for medical use in the 1990s. It sparked the so-called Green Rush, which has seen states across the US decriminalize cannabis. But the industry says it's being held back by high taxes and tough regulation to the extent that the illegal cannabis trade is still far bigger. Our correspondent Sophie Long has been to California's Central Valley to speak to some of the industry's pioneers, a group of nuns.
The Sisters of the Valley, a self-proclaimed enclave of nuns, are blessing their cannabis plants, which might be wise, given that they're growing illegally and could technically be seized at any time, despite the fact they're in the heart of California, where recreational use has been allowed for more than 5 years. The sheriffs know that they've just let me do this. But there's really no reason for them to let me. They could have shut me down by now just because it's illegal to grow hemp in this county.
But I think they know that we'll just challenge the law and get it changed then in the county. So they'd be in for a fight.
They produce and sell their own hemp-based medicines and salves, a business that before the pandemic was grossing $1.2 million a year. It's now halved. Selling through dispensaries might help them rebuild, but the complex and confusing regulations prevent them from doing that. Those operating such stores sympathize.
Dealing with the tax rates as well as having the overhead that, black market dealers don't have to deal with: rent, insurance, payroll, just basic stuff like internet, those kind of things that we have to deal with every day. We can't write off. And that all goes into the end cost for the customer.
Is this our jurisdiction? No?
Those who once arrested people for what the sisters are doing now embrace it. So far this year, the state has received nearly $580 million in revenue from cannabis sales. They believe support for legal businesses would result in more revenue that would help their efforts to eradicate the illegal trade.
I think it's a kind of a two-pronged approach. Number one, we need to make it a little bit easier for those folks that are doing it lawfully. I mean, they bent over backwards, and if we can get some revenue, some assistance, not only from the state, maybe from the feds, to go after those folks that are doing it illegally. If you stop the illegal grows, the illegal operations a little more, I think the lawful business community will pick up more. I mean, it's going to be a balancing act.
That would benefit growers like the Sisters of the Valley.
The truth is, I'd love for them to permit us, because that would be a win. And because we believe in paying taxes. It takes a long time. It's not an easy world.
And if it were to happen, it could open the road for the Sisters business and others like it to flourish to their full potential. Sophie Long, BBC News, the Central Valley.
Website visitors bouncing? Stress less. Convert more.